this one I'm excited. This one I'm excited for because it's Guillermo del Toro.
There's red ones, like your kerchief.
And everyone's saying it's really good. I hope it's more authentic to the novel.
They're 30.
Like last year, I read Frankenstein. I read Dracula. Actually, don't eat that. Really?
Ew. That'd be one interesting.
I haven't watched any of the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movies. I actually never watched one. I've never watched one.
Yes, you have when you were little.
Maybe. I haven't really watched any of those, except when he's in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or Page Master or Van Helsing.
I like Van Helsing. And the other one.
My turn. And see, so I'm hoping this will be a more authentic version of Frankenstein. Maybe he'll be called the Creature or the Wretch like he's in, because he's never known as anything else other than that. Maybe we'll see the whole year he spends under I forget, what is it?
Figaro!
Is it
picture
some European family's house. Whole story with the European family. But see how he gets along, especially with like the bride and all that, because in the book, they're fine for now. They're preoccupied.
He's got his head in food bag.
Yeah, because in the book, he never even makes the bride. He puts her together, but doesn't bring her to life because he's too afraid of them moving off and then somehow having kids. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this out. The official teaser for Frankenstein. Boing! I forget the name of the captain.
I determined that the memory of my evils should die with me.
Mr. Isaac.
Some of what I will tell you is fact. Some is not. But it is all true. What manner of creature is that?
Oh, the dog sled. Okay. Ooh, we're actually listening.
Devil made him. I did.
Oh, this is straight from the book. Yes.
I had a vision.
Oh, that's his. That's William, I think.
My mind. Inevitable. Unavoidable. Until it became truth.
I can't wait to see this.
Elizabeth. Not you, sorry. His wife.
I have almost 100,000 pictures on my phone.
Yeah, that's Victor Frankenstein.
I created death.
I'm so psyched. I really want to watch this. Now that, oh, Christopher Waltz. Now that did not happen in the book, but it looks cool anyway. Because it really turns the tide on the monster actually being the victim of what Victor does. Because it's kind of like with what Ian Malcolm says in Jurassic Park. You didn't. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they didn't stop to think if they should. Mm-hmm. That's very much what happens with Victor. He gets the idea of recreating life, and he actually accomplishes it. And it's actually very short. There's actually no mention of electricity or anything. That's kind of something that was with the Universal movie. The whole idea with Universal being brought back to life with electricity. In the book, it's only mentioned that he does this through chemicals. But he does it, and he almost instantly just runs away from the house because he's so disgusted by the wretch, which is very childlike because the first thing he sees is Victor. He sees as a father. And so Victor basically leaves London, goes back to Geneva, or no, he's in Ingolstadt, and goes back to Geneva, and the monster follows him all the way there, all the while the monster is figuring out its kind of place in the world. It's getting shot at, it's getting belittled and all that. You really feel bad for the monster when it explains itself later on. Because Victor basically created this thing, and it was disgusted with what he created. And then the creature begins to resent and hate Victor because Victor just calls him a wretch when he actually meets him for the first time, and the creature can actually talk. The creature teaches himself to speak after basically stalking a family for like a year. He hides underneath their house and he listens to them talk.
That's kind of freaky.
Sad.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Well, yeah, and it was really sad with him because he tries to actually talk to the family and meet the family, and they're disgusted by him, and that's where he gets a bigger resentment of humanity because he felt like part of the family because he had stayed away and just listened and learned how to speak and even read the Bible and learn about the world. Poor guy. And then the first time, and the old man is actually blind. That's actually something carried over to the movies. And the old man is actually more receptive to him and feels pity for him, but he doesn't know what he looks like. And then the kids walk in and drive him away, yeah. And so he comes back later to find that they had ran away. And so he burns down the cabin in rage.
Dang.
And so he goes to find Victor again, trying to find the only person that would know what he is. But he has so much resentment over what Victor says about him that he ends up, out of rage, killing his younger brother, who's a little kid. And you actually find out at the very end of the book that the monster regrets this campaign against Victor. He feels bad for killing all these people just to get back at Victor. After Frankenstein actually dies in the ship. Victor... In the book, the creature is only known as the Wretch. That's like the most notable thing that he calls him. That he also calls himself. But let's go ahead and check this out. This is the official trailer for Frankenstein. And bang! And wait, oh sorry. And none of the movies have really ever captured. Now I haven't seen is it Frank Boyle? That was Victor. That was Young Frankenstein. There's also the other one I forget about. Then there's also the Hammer Frankenstein, but none of them have ever really, kind of similar to Dracula, none of them have ever really tried to capture the essence of the books. And I will say, Frankenstein is one of the books where you really start to hate Victor because he's such an idiot. He's so smart to be so stupid. Another thing is they always portray Victor's dad as abusive or belittling in the movies, when in the book he is the most caring guy. He goes all the way after Victor accidentally strands himself in Ireland and is blamed for the death of his friend because the monster killed his friend as revenge. And the Irish folk blame Victor because he's a newcomer there and he actually knew who the guy was. His dad, who is bedridden, goes all the way from Geneva to Ireland to bring Victor back home. And he only dies... his dad only just gives up and dies after, I forget, Elizabeth dies. After the creature kills his wife, Victor's wife, out of revenge because he would not make the bride. And the monster swore that he would kill his wife. And Victor is still an idiot with that whole situation. That is the only time when the dad just finally gives up and just dies. Because he's like, my wife is dead, my son's wife is dead, my youngest son is dead. Everything sucks, and he just finally dies in his bed. But he dies like the most caring person in the whole story. And in the movies, they always show him as a belittling jerk. But let's go ahead and check this out. Boing!
My maker told his tale. And I will tell you mine. I remember pieces
That's cool.
Memories of different men. I saw your name. Victor Frankenstein.
I like that you had the picture of Medusa on the wall.
My creator.
Oh, that's a lot.
Not a single grace from you.
What the heck? Oh, it's a cabin!
You are not to abort pure.
The old man. Oh, this is so accurate so far.
Then I will indulge.
That. Oh!
Ooh.
Now. Run.
And the book is just now. I'm excited for this. I want to watch this. I'm really excited for this because it's very upwards with the with the novel. Although the book, it's a lot of traveling. It's a lot of just Frankenstein talking about scenery. And then we hear there's a few chapters about the monster talking about everything he's had to deal with. But I'm excited for this. It looks like a good mix of what they did with the movies and the novel. Oh man, I wish we could get Guillermo del Toro to make a Dracula movie, because I feel like he would do the story justice. Because as much as I love the Universal Dracula movies and some of the other ones I've watched, like the Hammer ones, none of them ever have tried to do really what the original story did. Nosferatu comes very close. I haven't seen the new Nosferatu. We got to watch it. But Nosferatu is pretty much the closest to the story in a way. Also, Bram Stoker's Frankenstein, the one with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. That one is also mostly accurate in a way, although it takes liberties. The Dracula novel is just a whole other monster in its own. It's so good. It's one of the very few times I say the book is so much better than any of the movies, especially when you first meet Dracula, and he's not the thing that you see in the movies, like the debonair guy, or even like the kind of the rat monster from Nosferatu. He is just a straight up demonic monster, and everyone around him knows it. Because when they first introduce him, when you first meet Count Dracula, he is just as straight up, he knows everyone fears him, and it is so cool to see how everyone reacts to his presence. Everyone except this naive, was it John, I forget his last name, but Jonathan Harker. Not Jonathan Harker. Yes, Jonathan Harker. Because Jonathan Harker is the character that's always in there. And the movie's always kind of flipped that on its head by having it be Renfield. Even though Renfield is in the asylum. So I wish we could get Guillermo del Toro to make a Dracula movie. A very authentic Dracula movie. I think he'd do perfect. But anyway, I've rambled on about Frankenstein too much. I really want to watch it now. We'll watch that and Nosferatu in one night. So thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and let's hit the 10,000 subscriber mark.